Digital learning and teaching resources. In traditional teaching, the teacher, a human library, and the text were all in one resource in the class. The libraries were the sanctuaries frequented by scholars in pursuit of knowledge. Technology, especially educational technology, shares the role of a guide and mentor. This chapter will attempt to recognize varied e-resources and make teaching learning wholesome in the 21st century. Need and appropriate use. Transforming teaching learning situation. Integrating technology in the classroom has transformed teaching by ushering in a new model of teaching. It has infused classroom with digital learning tools and resources that increase student engagement and motivation, promote autonomy, give the learners ownership of their work, and accelerate learning. This new model helps link teachers to their students and to professional content, resources, and other support systems to help them improve their own instruction, provide personalized learning to their students, and develop professionally. Such learning context can enable language educators to expand and offer optimal language learning opportunities to all students, regardless of where they live, the human and material resources available, or their language background and needs. Due to the proliferation of computers and handheld devices such as mobile phones, digital cameras, digital notebooks, tablets, MP3 players, and voice recorders, many more and more learners have access to technology, and teachers are beginning to experiment with different technology resources and tools. Technology continues to grow in importance to assist teachers of foreign or second language in facilitating and mediating language learning for their students. In this chapter, we'll look at types of technological resources that English as second language teachers can use in their classrooms. Before that, let us take a quick look at some of the terms commonly used to refer to technology-based resources. The first is digital resources, which is any resource available in digital format, such as electronic books like e-books, digital images, audio and video files. The second is e-resources, which is educational and scholarly resources available in digital format, such as academic journals, books and articles, multimedia content for learning. And the third is online resources, which is web pages and documents on the internet, such as online encyclopedias, websites, social media, etc. Digital resources and e-resources are terms that can be used interchangeably, but in certain contexts they can have slightly different connotations. While both are accessible through electronic devices such as radio, TV, computer, etc., digital resources can mean any resource created in the digital format and not produced especially for learning teaching purposes. For example, movies, songs, images, news, videos, etc. E-resources, on the other hand, include digital resources produced exclusively for learning purposes. Digital dictionaries, digital course materials, sometimes available as CDs, PDF documents, etc., are examples. Online resources are resources that require the use of internet. For example, social media, Wikipedia, blogs, MOOCs, etc. As we mentioned in the first part of this unit, use of electronic, digital, and online resources support student engagement and afford personalization of learning. One reason is that they are multimedia resources. Like the physical resources we saw in previous units, such as puppets, toys, models, and writing boards, digital resources also employ multiple media to convey meaning. Learning and multimedia. The word multimedia is a combination of two words, multi and media, that implies coming together of many kinds of media such as text, images, graphics, audio, animation, and video, or any other media that can communicate and store information that can be processed digitally. Wikipedia refers to multimedia as a form of communication that combines different content forms such as text, audio, images, animations, or video into a single interactive presentations in contrast to traditional mass media such as printed materials or audio recordings. The most popular multimedia resources is video. Think about examples of multimedia resources such as films, documentaries, etc. These combine the use of text, written or spoken, images, sound, and movement to convey a message to the viewers. Multimedia-based programs facilitate a range of communication channels that come together to shape dynamic texts as pedagogical tools and promote the language learning environment. When used innovatively in pedagogical situations, multimedia tools can engage students in deep and meaningful learning. Let us look at an example: videos and films. Videos are perhaps superior as they are moving images with synchronized sound. Allen states that video provides a richer and more varied language environment within which learning becomes more effective. Videos have become a very influential medium as millions of videos are available on the internet, made by experts in the field as well as amateurs such as Instagram Reels, Facebook videos, etc. Videos available on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram have teaching potential if used accurately. For example, there are a number of travel videos available that can help students learn not only about the new places, their cultural attributes, flora and fauna, and architecture, but also some new language elements such as new words. These videos also help get the right pronunciation of words and knowledge of the correct context of their use. Potential of films. Waller and Widows observe that films are primarily thought of as instruments of entertainment and therefore they are all the more exploitable as a teaching tool. Lunial 2012 attests that being rich reservoirs of elements and contemporary spoken language, films are also written using naturally occurring discourse features such as hesitation, hedging, repetition, etc. As language teachers, we need to think of ways in which films can be usefully employed. Seferoglu also states that video provides authentic language input and a stimulating framework for classroom discussion. Multisensory appeal of videos or films. Using films in the classroom can make language learning a motivating process as films, to use Mealy's words, contextualize language through the flow of images, making it more accessible. He further goes on to say that films help enhance the motivation to engage with narrative, especially one with a high affective charge. He asserts that a combination of sound, vision, and language engage and stimulate our senses and cognitive faculties simultaneously, creating a total impact that dwarfs other mediums. The visual quality of films has a multi-sensory appeal for the learners and is therefore more effective than other forms of media. Videos provide learners with the benefits of watching the visuals to comprehend the verbal, and the interplay between the verbal, the visual leads to a fuller comprehension of the text. Waller and Widows argue that visual elements make films richer than most text types. Unspoken contextual clues in films allow elementary level learners to watch them and carry out useful language developing tasks. Thank you.